Hello, I'm Pop Sigung. Welcome to my channel where I teach my personal martial art of Bagua Kuntao Silat. In this video, I'm going to show you our first sparring drill. All we're going to work on today is evasion, the single best method to avoid being punched. Evasion, not blocking, not destroying, not even parrying, not catching, not leaning back, but simply avoiding the punch. This video is going to show you and instruct you on how to practice that evasion the Bagua Kuntao Silat way. In sparring training drill number 1, evasion of punches in Bagua Kuntao Silat, we're going to work on structure, alignment, footwork, maintaining sung, relaxed posture, and rooting and positioning to avoid follow-up strikes. The attacker has all the advantages. He's attacking, and you can't counterattack. So he just is going to continue to attack until your structure imposes upon him and keeps him from being able to continue to attack. And that means finding a proper position, a good level, moving your structure into his, and that means there's going to be no pushing off balance. There's going to be no pulling off balance. This is not chow chow or bridge hands. This is simple evasion and using what you've learned so far in Bagua Kuntao Silat practice with your structure, alignment, footwork, and positioning to keep moving. And that's another thing you're going to learn is you have to keep moving. One of the things in Bagua Kuntao Silat is Bagua, or the changing, the continuous change, continuous movement. That's what you're going to do. If you can't find all those things properly, meaning the right structure, position, appropriate footwork, the punches are going to continue to come. Now I'm going to show you, we're going to start off very slowly, one at a time, different positions you're going to see. But, and so here, he shows off, and with this drill, he's gonna hit, that's why he has gloves on. He's going to hit me lightly, and he's going to hit me with 2/3 and higher speed, but he's just going to make contact. That way I'll know and he'll know. And he's going to continue to make contact until I'm out of range or in a position whereby he can't hit me again, or my structure imposes upon his and makes him unable to follow up attack, where he has to use his footwork to get away from me or get closer to me or change his position in order to hit me. And while he's doing that, I'm continuing to use my footwork, structure, alignment, and position to avoid him hitting me. Now, again, he's going to continue to try to hit me. So I have to continue to try to evade. So you can see right here, he's in an off lead, meaning I'm in right lead, he's in left lead. That's okay. And the only positions I can really do are go straight back, which what we don't do, because he's going to do is follow up and strike me again. So that means what we can do is either back up over here, or move here, or move here, move laterally, step here. Now we can use any of the footwork we learned in our palm and footwork drills, or stepping the circle, or any of our other drills, shuffling, stepping, quickly, slowly, anything that we've learned so far, and using our structured depth. But we can't counterattack, can't push him off balance. We just have to. We can cover, which I'll show you in a moment. So if he's here and he attempts to punch me, I can move here. You can see I'm here. He can't follow up with this hand unless he changes position. So that's a pretty good movement. And I can step behind him and he's trying to change movement as he's stepping. Or I can, if he's back here again, he makes another punch and I can step here. But notice, here, I'm covering this hand so he can't follow up punch, but it won't last forever because he'll just step to the side and hook punch me, and I have to make sure I'm continuing to move. If I ever stop, his continuing change in position to get an advantage, he's going to strike me, so I can't stop. And since I can't counter, there's nothing stopping him from following up hitting me, except my footwork, position, structure, and alignment. And we'll start. And I'll show you again. In the reverse punch, he moves, I have to step and move to the side, and you can see I'm right here. And I'm not doing anything, so what I'm going to do is step, move back, and I didn't push him over because I want this drill to continue. This drill is constant movement. You do this for 2 to 3 minutes, as if you're sparring, except you're not hitting back. You're not sparring. He's sparring. He's trying to make contact with you with punches any way he wants to bring them, and you're simply evading using what you've learned in Bagua Kuntao Silat thus far. So, as we begin, and when I'm talking about structure, changing that is if he's in a stance and he makes that jab, this, our hands out, it's just like we're doing this and we're moving, overturning palm, and that structure imposes. So if he comes up and punches, that structure now stepped beside him. I didn't counterattack him. I didn't strike him back. All I did was create a structure. He punched, glide, and jam him up. Same thing with the other side. If he's coming forward with a reverse punch, I'm going to move, and I'm just doing this to jam him up, using my structure to impose my structure and footwork and alignments on him, so he can't counter. So he has to use footwork and mobility to step off. Now, if we were in a real fighting situation, that happened, he did a reverse punch, immediately it would be a strike, which I would move into another strike, and then a throw. So even me doing as gentle as I can see it's an easy throw. But we're not doing that today. What we're doing is teaching you in our sparring training drill number 1, how to evade. And here you want to do it so much that eventually you become very aware of your structure and his structure from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. So if he makes that reverse punch, I know immediately where I am, and that from here, normally I would have stepped on his foot or hook stepped him in to make that into a throw, but we don't want to do that in this drill. We just want to be aware, hey, my foot's right here. I know I could have gotten him if I would have been aware of this and known about it. This is our first sparring drill. So know that you're going to have to think of these things when we fight with our whole body. This is the very beginning of learning how to do that spontaneously, because you're becoming aware of your entire structure as you can impose it, move, shift around, and look for the best position to avoid getting punched, and know that you can still counterattack. And you can see here, I often use crowding as an attempt to avoid a counterattack, otherwise he'll just keep coming. So, and whenever I move into his reverse hand, if he makes a lead punch, I'm jamming the other hand because I know it's going to come if I don't do that. So that's what I say about using structure and footwork. Also, I don't always use just this foot to step out. Often I'll use both feet, step in a line, or use opposite foot and then swing around to face him. And you should do the same thing. And you see, I saw he was going to punch, so I just went in and jammed him so he couldn't do that hiding behind my structure. If I continue to stay outside and dance, what's going to happen is, he's going to continue to rain blows upon me. So I move in to jam him up or impose my structure. If I stay out here, he's going to hit me. So, and he can move around because we both have space to move around. And, and you can see whenever I get close, I force him to change position. Normally I would have struck him a few times, throw him on the ground and lock him up. But this is an evasion. See, I'm outside, so it's easier for him. It's easier for him to stay back and just pick at me. But if I get close, all of a sudden he doesn't know what to do, and I can read him, I can feel him. Notice with the head more mobile, he more often goes for my torso, because it's not nearly as mobile and I have to move my whole body even when I'm leaning. It's more difficult. When he goes for my head, it seems like an easy hit. All I have to do is punch and just move a few inches, and he misses by a mile right there. So he's hesitant to go for my head because it's such a mobile target. And as long as I keep my eyes open, I can see when it starts to move, and I just shift a few inches. He's got to travel a few feet. And so he's going for the torso most of the time. It's a sure strike.
It gets a lot better if I just focus here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just doing this across to show. But, and again, that wasn't a parry as much as me creating structure to impose and throwing off the alignment of the punch. Where normally, if he would have done that, that loss, that cross punch again, instead of sweep, I would have wiped it completely, struck it, and then struck him again and swept him for a harder throw. I'm trying to make him just barely miss. Meaning just a few inches so I can counter and be in a position to throw, strike, and continue to attack. And be in a position where he has to adjust, but I won't let him because I've imposed my structure upon his. So, yeah. When you see me being highly aggressive to evade, which I am, because if I stay back and keep shifting, he's just going to shift and keep throwing. So I need to make sure to go in, collide, and pose my structure well, stand him up and back off when I'm in a good position.
If you notice, he starts moving as soon as he sees this hand coming.
As soon as I see his,
It's a lot more mobile.
his structure shift, I'm moving. Well, I'm always moving anyway. But I mean, my whole body starts to wave and move and maintain that ground path and alignment so I can hit him with a full power strike anytime from any hand or foot or elbow or knee or shoulder or head. So,
Before was that you could read my direction before I'm even going.
yeah, because I can tell your structure. And then when you stop moving, I know you're throwing. So, but you don't do as much as normal people. You can still move and hit. That's the whole point. So, and again, that looked like a parry. But again, throw it again. It was this. So it normally would be hit, throw.
I couldn't follow.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Right. You'd have to disengage completely, and I would just continue to hit you, which is what this drill is for. So. Again, you know I'm not hitting, but I'm trying to impose. And again, I'm not pushing him. What I'm doing is colliding with him and imposing my structure upon his to keep him from throwing further punches and make him reposition. Changes the game when I can't throw back. Changes it immeasurably. So this looks weird because I can't counter. He can just follow up. So your footwork and evasion game has to rise to very high levels. This looks strange because I'm not fighting back, I'm just evading and staying in this training drill. And he's just punching without having to worry about getting hit back. So this looks odd, but it will make your evasion skills go up to a whole new level. Do this drill anytime you feel rusty or want to work out timing without getting pummeled.
You also notice I'm picking more quality punches instead of just hanging out here.
Right,
Beating on you.
because I just move in and shut you down.
You'll beat me and it doesn't do anything.
And I'm not even striking back, but I just move in and shut you down. So. I'm working on these evasions. No, there are only so many options that are viable to avoid him continuing raining down punches upon you. So you see him in that one is, he makes that lead punch, I just step out strictly this way, single step, and then I can continue to step behind him. That's without using structure. Or structure this way while I do it, and then step half, and then step, shift. Or simply this way, and then I'm moving, just like circling the square. Or if I'm gonna do this back up, I don't back straight up because he would just continually punch. If he comes and punches, I back up, it's angle here. So he has to follow and change position, and you see he was off bounds, I could have just grabbed his hand and thrown him. Or if I'm gonna avoid it this way, it's just that way. And when I do this way, I'm jamming here with my structure, stepping past. Now I can also step with my structure this way, or if he throws a punch, completely stepping this way while I'm jamming, or he'll simply just punch me directly as I'm moving in that direction. Also, if I see that punch, I move laterally, I can step this way, or I can simply just shuffle step out of the way, knowing here that I'm right back in. I'm keeping my hands down so you can see. Notice often when we were sparring, just me having my hands up and engaging using my structure kept him from following up. Even if he was going to throw that hook punch, I kept stepping and moving so he couldn't make contact and throw that punch. So never back up in a straight line unless you're baiting him for some reason. You know he's coming in, you're timing those punches. That's a rare thing, we'll save that for later. And going closer keeps him from punching you. That's why often you'll see boxers clinch, because it's difficult to throw decent punches, especially if you're hanging on him and you're in close. Even those liver rib shots, when you're making those punches difficult. Now we have elbows, throws, and other things to do it, but this is sparring training drill number 1, and you're learning training while working on structure, positioning, footwork, and alignment. And that's the whole point. And he's going to continue to punch until you get that position right. And even then, it's a great drill just to keep on working on those attributes. One more time, he throws the lead, and I'm stepping while I'm using that structure that we show, so I can stay behind him, follow up. Or I can just use that overturning palm this way, and you can see me at perpendicular to him, or I can keep going. And what you're doing is me looking on footwork, body positioning, and structure to see what I can do to him. But I'm simply working on evasion, he's simply working on punching and timing. And that's the last thing. You need to gain timing. The only way you can gain timing is by practicing sparring. So that other punch comes, step out, and you can see this, and you know that I'm keeping my hand here so you can see, but actually do this. I would step forward and simply sweep him and throw him off. Or you see me moving laterally, he punches and it's over to the side, or he throws another one and it's over to the side this way. Or if I don't want to do that, it's stepping this way. You can see I have other things I can do to him, but that's with my back to him. Normally, if he throws that punch and I'm sitting here, I'm going to throw forward and step this way, or do any number of things. But this isn't about countering. I just want to show what this drill helps you do. This sparring training drill, number 1, helps you tremendously. This is the foundation for learning how to fight and spar in Bagua Kuntao Silat. Simply learning how to evade. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so I can bring more videos, and I'll see you soon.